This video has potential to be the most important video I ever record in all of my life. So listen up. I met a guy at the weekend and he gave me a list the length of his leg of all the things that stressed him out and made him unhappy. And at the end of the conversation I asked him, so what action are you taking towards resolving all of that? And he said, I'm thinking about doing this and I'm thinking about doing that. And okay, so you're taking no action then. You're just comfortable with staying in your unhappiness and your stressed out life. And he didn't take too kindly to me saying that, but I needed to point out the obvious. So he's gone off now to have a little think about him being part of the problem and not the solution. And my meeting him ties in perfectly with me wanting to do this video since last week. Last week I met Jenny Ward, and Jenny and I went to Swords to watch a TED Talk which was being beamed live from the States into lots of different cinemas around the world. And we were one of the very few lucky people to be able to witness that live. The first speaker, her name was Anab Jain. Fantastic young one. Two things really stuck out for me with her. She said, your future self is a stranger. Yes, it is, because we're changing and evolving all of the time. She also said, don't act like you have no consequences in your future, okay? Really, really important. And this guy that I met at the weekend was acting like if he didn't take action now that it wasn't going to have consequences on his future. By not acting now, it's having detrimental consequences on his future. But the most important thing that she said, and it made my little ears prick up in such a way that nobody has grasped my attention like this for such a long, long time, because I'm spouting on about it for so long, but she said it in a completely different way and with new information for me, which is fantastic. There is a bill being passed in the Senate in America right now. It's called the Wellness Program Act. And the word wellness is being bandied around like confetti, and people are jumping on the bandwagon. It's really important to understand what wellness is, okay? And it's really, really important to understand why this bill is being passed. And I'm going to tell you why. The bill is called HR 1313. You can Google it if you want. The story is that, insurance companies in the States are huge. Health insurance, if you don't have health insurance, you're not getting a doctor, and that's just the way that it is. And let's face it, lads, Ireland is not too far behind that right now. So, part of this Wellness Act will be, if you are in America, you are going to have to give a swab of your saliva in order to be able to get life insurance. Sounds fairly innocent, Get a bit of information about you? Not really. They are going to be assessing your stress levels, your stress hormones, okay? And depending on that level, that will depend on if it's really high and off the scale, that's going to have an effect, or even doesn't have to be off the scale. If you have a decent amount of stress hormone in your body over a consistent period of time, that's going to have an effect on your mental health. It's going to have an effect on your physical health. It's going to increase your chances of developing cancer, heart disease. The list is endless, lads, okay? You know yourself. We are surrounded by sickness in this country. And, the people who are stressed out sometimes are very, very sick. So, here is the cruncher. If you knew that your health insurance would cost you more money, would you take the current state of your life more seriously? If you knew that you had to pay more money to get health insurance, would you deal with the current situations that are stressing you out and causing you anguish and making you unhappy? Now, I've thought about this a lot over the last week. And I believe that people would challenge their current situations and deal with their problems once and for all if they knew that they were going to be out of pocket. If you knew that your health insurance wouldn't cost you hundreds, but it would cost you thousands? Would you look at how stressed you are? And would you look at how unhappy you are? And if you knew that you could work on your stress levels and your levels of happiness, that you could reduce the cost of your health insurance, would you do that? Is your money in your pocket and in your bank more important than how stressed and unhappy you are in your daily life? I want to open up the conversation about that, lads, and I am so looking forward to hearing what it is that you have to say about that. What's more important, lads? The fluff in your pocket or how happy you are on a daily basis? I want to see your comments underneath, and if you've ever shared a video, I want you to share this one. Go.